However, no. See you turn into me late, I don't grade this test. Okay? Okay? Uh-huh. And the first I am flexible because it's the first. Uh-huh. But you understand what is my way. Okay. So let's continue with the question number 10. That was the question number 10 in the review package, you know? Okay, suppose que was saying. Okay, determine domain and range of the function from the graph expressed the answer in interval notation. So you look in the graph, you determine domain. Okay, one question like that you see in the test. Domain. Domain, remember, is the set of the x value in which the function is undefined. So this, I suppose, okay, you projecting the curve onto the x-axis to determine the domain. Okay, entonces from 2. But in 2 we have a hole, therefore we don't include 2. And between 2 and 3 we have a gap. So we have no function. But in 3, yes, because this is no hole. This is a closed endpoint. This is open. This is closed. So it's a bracket to positive infinity. Okay, this is therefore my domain is from negative infinity, que es this, comma 2, no include 2, union, bracket 3, comma infinity. Any question? Any question? Do you follow me? No. Okay, Sabrina, thank you. Range is exactly the same, but in Y, because the definition for the range is the set of the Y value in which the function is to be undefined, defined, sorry, range. Now the projection is onto the y-axis. So I can see this arrow indicate me que this continue forever down. So that means que that part is a range. Until 3, I suppose, no? Okay, and 2, so maybe, sometimes overlap, but I don't care if the overlap. For example, when you projecting this point onto the y-axis, we have 1, no? When you projecting this point, we have 2. But when you projecting this point, you have 2 also. But I don't care. The most important thing is that when you projecting 3 here, 3 is totally undefined. Therefore, the representation is using parentheses. Therefore, the range is from negative infinity, comma 3. Of course, no include 3. Any question, guys? Come on. Review package. This is the moment to ask me some question. No? Super clear. It's easy. Okay, it's clear. I know. Entonces, I suppose que the test you see another example, pero no too complicated. Easy. Super easy. Okay, let's move on to question 11. Question 11 is a combination of the function. We have two functions, suppose f of x. Question 11 equal 7x squared minus 6x. Okay, and we have another function, g is x squared minus 24x. 24, no, 2x. 2x plus 24. Now 24 is now here. And they want you have two different questions. The question number 1 is find the expression f division g. This is easy because it's only set up like that. F in the top and g in the bottom. Okay, this is the easy part. The most complicated part is the state domain. state is domain. Well, when you have expression, remember we have different. Remember, domain is. I repeat again the same idea. Is okay. The supposition of the domain is when you find the domain of the one function, you suppose que es all real number. The domain is all real number, all real number, all real number, except some restrictions. We have restriction in several conditions. You have a restriction, for example, when you have division, restriction number one, you can find P divided by Q. So you have fraction, it's example. Es obvio que Q, que es the expression in the denominator, is non-zero, because to be undefined. Second restriction is when you have a square root E, the expression inside, so you remove the square root, it must be non-negative, because negative is imaginary. And number three is when you have a fraction, P divided by radical E, where we include a radical, entonces E expression must be positive only. Okay, in this example, apply this, because we have no square root. Basically, I suppose que es all real number, except the value que produce 0 in the expression in the denominator. So basically, my restriction is x squared minus 2x plus 24 equal 0. Equal no equal 0. So I take this. I don't care temporary, I don't care the top part. The top part do not participate in the game. Okay? Now, I want to convert this to a quadratic equation, because for me it's more clear to solve the quadratic equation. Okay. Let's do it. Let's do it by quadratic formula, que is the most efficient way. So A is 1, B is -2, and C is 24. Entonces minus B is -2, entonces positive 2, plus or minus square root, -2 square, -4 multiplication by 1 is 8, multiplication by C is 24. Divided by 2 times 1. Okay, let's moving on to the expression inside the radical, que 4 minus something. Wow, look at that. 4 times, well, I don't care the value, because I know, okay, I suppose que es 24 times 4. 24 times 4 is 96. But when you're subtracting this, it's minus 92. And the square root negative 92 is imaginary. Okay, so what is the interpretation imaginary? What is imaginary? IMA. What is the interpretation of this one to say? The supposition is all real number. All real number. And you try to find the domain, the restriction. And when you try to find the restriction, you get imaginary number or complex number. Therefore, that means that the restrictions in this problem do not exist. Okay, therefore, the domain of this function, that was the combination f and g together, division, is all real number. Any question? You try to investigate, but in algebra, when you get complex imaginary, it's because the thing that you try to find do not exist. Okay, living in another planet, maybe in Jupiter, not in the Earth planet. Any question? Come on, question? No? Yes or no? No? Answer me. Do you understand the question 11 or no? Ni. What mean ni? Taylor, ni. N-I. What's that? No. Okay. Okay. Okay, no question. It's clear, right? It's clear for everyone. I was okay, okay. Okay, okay. I understand. I understand. I understand. Okay, guys. Let's move on to the 12. It's similar. It's a combination of the function. Combination, combination, combination. But in this case, the combination is different and this is numerical. Okay, suppose two function again. F of x equal 2x squared plus 5. Semicolon, g of x is equal x plus 6. And they want, can you find f, compute f plus g, so as addition, evaluate 3. Oh, this is easy, because I know okay, this is equivalent to say f plugging in 3 plus g plugging in 3. And we compute separately. F evaluate 3 is 2 times 3 squared plus 5. Okay, 3 squared is 9. 9 times 2 is 18 plus 5 is 23. And sorry. G evaluate 3. G evaluate 3. Es 3 plus 6. Oh, 3 plus 6 is 9. And when you add in both, 23 plus 9 is 32, no? 32. Okay, 12, carry that one. Yeah, 32. Final answer. No necessary to compute domain, it's just evaluate. Evaluate. Any question? I suppose everyone understands very well this. This is not a stupid question, but it's a typical question of the test. I don't know if it's plus, addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division. Okay. So 13 is a combination, is composition. Composition is two functions, but connecting another way. Suppose f of x is equal 4x squared plus x, semicolon, and g is x plus 3. We have two functions. And they want only can you find the expression f composition g number 1 and g composition f number 2. But basically we have two questions, this question and this question. And remember, the composition is one function inside another function. So it's another way to see, another point of view is f bracket g of x. Because g in this order is the first function. So the g expression is this. Okay, I substitution completely into the x value of the f, que es the outermost function. Okay, entonces what's the idea? 4, no x anymore, no, it's x plus 3 square plus x, no x anymore, is x plus 3. I leave it like that? No. We need to manipulate some elementary algebra. You distribute the FOIL here, you FOIL first. Okay, basically it's 4 parenthesis x squared plus x is x plus 9. You FOIL, I did quickly FOIL, plus x plus 3. So apply distributive property to remove parentheses. And finally combine laterally. This is 4x squared plus 24 plus 1 is 25, and 36 and 3 is 39. And this is the expression that I'm looking for, que represent this statement, f composition g in that order. Any question? I want to do now in opposite order, so f composition g, because in my opinion it's easier. Okay, it's easier because now we take f, the entire f, like one object and substitution and the x value for g. So we have 4, okay, sorry, this is equal 4x squared plus x this replace this x, that this x disappear, and it's 10 plus 3. End of story. I finish. Any question? Come on, come on. See, come on. No, Sabrina, yeah. Sabrina say no, no, no. Okay, okay. I respect. You say this, I believe. Okay, 14 question. Important. In the test, you can see one similar to this. Very, very similar. No complicated, no super complicated. In Alice, you see some complicated, but in the test on paper, no. Okay, find the famous, so the question 14. The famous differences, quotient, differences M quotient. Okay, this is the application of the function notation. So different quotient is equal that formula. F x plus h minus f of x divided by h. And we have, as given one function, in this case, a quadratic function. No big deal, easy. It's a square minus 5x plus 6. Okay, so we're following the formula. We are doing this part first. F x plus h. You replace x for x plus h. Leave it like that? No. Some algebra. FOIL. X squared plus twice xh plus h squared. FOIL that part. Now apply distributive property. Minus 5x minus 5h plus 6. I did the first part, number 1. The number 2 part is the top, completely top part, the numerator, que es subtraction, this minus the original function. Okay, so I copy again this expression, copy and paste here. Minus the original. And this minus here in the front affect everything. So it's x squared plus 5x minus 6. This is important moment because a lot of people is canceled here. This is canceled. One more is canceled. This is canceled. And this is canceled. 3 guys canceled. And stay alive. 2xh plus h squared minus 5h. Finally, divided by h. This is the last step, step 3. Divided by h. You divided by h. You divided by h. So the f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h. And division by h, too easy. Because this is a polynomial divided by a monomial. And when you divide polynomial divided by a monomial, you can divide one by one separately, like that. Okay. And this is cancel. Stay alive only to x. And it's a cancel, but at least 1 plus h. H is canceled both, minus 5. End the story. Final answer. One question like that you see in the test. Okay, different number, but the same idea. Any question? How do you feel for this test? You feel good or feel not good? Remember, when you are doing the homework and pre-test online, you can ask me any question. Some people send me the screenshot. I solve the problem. I send back the solution. Any question? Any question? Come on. Any question? Yes or no? Come on. Answer me. Come on. Any feedback? No. Okay. Okay, moving on to the 15 and 16 is super easy. It's using distant formula. So 15 is 2 point is given. 2 point is given. 2 point is given. Suppose the first point is P1 is 3 radical 10, comma negative 2. And P2 is 5 radical 10, comma 1. Okay. And they asked me find the distance. The notation is distance in between P1, P2 segment. P1, P2 es a point, pero the segment que conecte P1, P2. And the formula is square root, big square root, big square root. U square and square. And inside the parentheses, you subtracting, for example, this is x1, this is x2. You subtract the x2 minus x1. But in our specific example, x2 is 5 radical 10 minus 3 radical 10. Okay. And it's a y1 and it's a y2. Here we have y2 minus y1 or y1 minus y2. It doesn't matter. The order is not important because when you're subtracting, the only thing that changes is the sign, but when you square, it becomes positive. Entonces 1 minus 2, double minus. So the minus of the formula and minus of the value become positive. Okay, ready. Now the next step, you subtracting 5 radical 10 minus 3 radical 10 is 2 radical 10 square plus 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 squared is 9. Okay, in the next step, you square. Okay, 2 squared is 4. And 10 radical 10 squared is 10. Entonces 40. Okay. This is 2 squared, que es 4. Square root 10 square. Es obvio que es 10 because the square root and the square cancel out each other, ¿no? Entonces 4 times es 40 plus 9 es 49. This is 49 and the square root 49 is 7. Then therefore the distance is 7 unit, linear unit, 7 unit. Any question? No? No. Wow, good. Take advantage. This test is, this test is not easy. Traditionally, this test is, some people fail. I don't know why. I suppose you don't. Okay, let's do 16. No, 16 is midpoint. It's easier. Midpoint, 2 point is given P1, P2. 4.2, comma, negative 7.8. And P2 is a point, is 1.7, comma, negative 3.2. Entonces, they want you to find midpoint. And the midpoint, the formula is we have the midpoint is a point, no? The point contains 2 components, x and y. I put sub m, x sub m, y sub m. And the formula is x1 plus x2 divided by 2, like an average. Basically, you find this is x1, this is x2, you find the average in between 4.2 and 1.7. And likewise, you find the average in between the y component, y1 and y2 divided by 2. Basically, is 4.2 plus 1.7 divided by 2. Is negative. Don't forget the sign. And be careful with the sign. This is plus. Pero es minus, your substitution is 7.8, plus minus, obviously it's minus again, 3.2 divided by 2. Of course, I put in my calculator, no? I put 4.21, 4.2, 4.2 plus 1.7, 5.9 divided by 2 is 2.95. And this is 7.8 negative, of course, but I don't care. 7.8 plus, because it's the same sign, you adding 3.2. Es obvio que es 11, ¿no? Es negative 11 divided by 2 is 5.5. The answer is negative 5.5. So when I put in my calculator, so the midpoint is located at the point 2.95, negative 5.5. End story. Any question? Everything okay, guys? Sure? Very good, very good. Good student I am so proud. Okay. Clear, crystal clear. Like water. Okay, let's move on to the 17th question. It's a little bit more complicated and important in the test. Write the equation of the circle in standard. So in 17, the equation of the one circle is given, but in non-standard or general, whatever you want to call it. Find the center and radius and do the graph. Okay, let's do it. X squared plus y squared plus 8x plus 4y plus 16 equal to 0. This is non-standard or general form. The first step is try to convert to a standard. So this is the completely square process. No. So you copy x squared, bring down. You copy ax. You complete the square using the magic number. Bring down y squared plus 4y. You complete the square for the y part. In the right hand side, I move negative 16. Guess this guy, I move plus 2 boxes because this is the number that I introduce totally artificially to complete the square. This is the organization. Okay, so now remember the formula to find the magic number is b over 2 squared. B over 2 squared. B in our example in the first part is 8. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Square is 16. So the first number is 16. You put 16 here artificially. You put 16 here artificial in order to keep the equilibrium of the equation. And the second is 4. B is 4. So 4 divided by 2 is 2 and 2 squared is 4. Oh, it's a coincidence because it's exactly the same for 4. Now, when you factorization this guy, I know very well que it's only one factor, no two, because they are twin brothers. Entonces, x plus 4 square. Where I come from this x? Square root this. Where I come from this 4? Square root 16. Okay? Plus, let me use in green color for the y part. Y plus 2 square. Okay. In the right hand side, we have just 4 because 16 negative and 16 positive is cancelled out. So I can see this is the standard form of the equation for the circle. Now you see super clear that the center of this circle is located at the point negative 4, negative 2. Be careful with the sign because in the formula, in the point, the signs are different. The reason it's different is because my formula is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equal r squared. So you compare that formula and that formula. You can see, wow, h is negative 4 because negative 4, this negative 4, and this negative 4 together become positive. Likewise, this negative 2 and this negative together become positive. And what about radius? And the radius is I know, r squared is 34. Very, very well. Okay, now the last moment is do the graph. The graph we can do by hand or we can do using Desmo. Let's do it in both ways. and you make a decision what is the way that you prefer. Okay, I have my rectangular coordinate system, X and Y. I copy in that way because the center is located at the point negative 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 4, negative 2, 1, 2, negative 2. This is the center. Here, negative 4, negative 2. Negative 4, negative 4, comma, negative 2. Entonces, I need at least 4 points extra to do the graph. Entonces, I recommend, si the radius 2 is 2 in any direction, up, down, right, left, 2 units. When you move it 2, it's here, negative 4,0. When you move down, 1, 2, and negative 4. We get another point here, que is the point negative 4, negative 4. It's a coincidence. When you move right, 1, 2, is this point. Okay, by the way, that point is the point negative 2, no? To the left, 2 units here is the point negative 6, negative 2, no? I suppose. Okay, now we connecting that point using your skill to try to do a perfect circle with that. And the final answer. Wow. Any question? What part is confusing? Complete a square. The compare after comparison our example and the standard general standard form, and you determine where is located the center and what is the rate. Okay. Super clear, super confusing, no problema. We can do in decimal or no? No, not necessary. Oh, yes. It's clear. Sabrina is clear, Professor. Okay, let's spend the time, the rest of the time, in the question 18, okay, I have no time to complete it totally, but it's okay, because you can see one question in the test similar to the 18, but not 4 examples, only one. Okay, let's do it 18. Remember, 18 is the first function is 4 over square root x minus 3. Wow, some people annoy me with the email. I know it's the hello everyone. This is the short person, but I am teaching now. Okay. Remember, I repeat again the idea. You have a equation of the function. I need to determine the domain and also express it in interval notation. Day one, always. Therefore, remember, restriction number one, P divided by Q. And the restriction is Q, not 0. Restriction number 2, square root E non-negative, positive or 0. Restriction number 3, E just positive. Sorry. Restriction number 3 is when you have division and a square root in the denominator. So P divided by radical E, semicolon, E positive. It's obvious que in this specific example, the restriction that we are using is number 3 because it's a radical in the denominator. So it's easy. You take the expression inside the radical without radical, and it's greater than 0. And you solve this elementary inequality like that. And this is equivalent to say in interval notation, parenthesis 3, infinity. This is the domain of that function. Any question? Any question? Any question? No. Okay, good. Let's move on to the B option. It's more complicated because B is the G, is the name of the function, is a square root x plus 5 divided by 6 minus x. Okay, pero, no, square root, sorry. Square root again. Okay, so this is a combination of restriction number 1 and a restriction number 2, because we have a radical in the top and in the bottom. So you set out a compound restriction. Is you take the expression x plus 5 greater than or equal to 0, exactly the same of the idea for the restriction 2, type 2, and the restriction type 3, guess when you have a square root in the bottom is 6 minus x greater than 0. No equal. No equal. You see here no equal, and the top yes is equal. And this restriction, you put together like an, and you form it now a compound inequality. Okay? Okay, don't worry. This is the first step. Realize that we have two radicals, one in the top, one in the bottom. Yeah, I know that the restriction of the radical in the top is non-negative, and the restriction in the bottom is just positive. Now, I connected by and because you need to satisfy both restrictions. And we solving this compound inequality. It's easy. Remember, for solving any compound inequality, you consider separately, you solve it separately, x greater than or equal negative 5. Okay, stop, partial answer. Okay, now you solve the second one. Be careful with the sign. It's minus x greater than minus 6 and divided by negative 1 because I need positive x, no negative x. So x is 6, but it's switching this sign. Keep in mind, when you have manipulate inequality and you have to divide by a negative number or multiply by a negative number, you have to reverse it, the inequality sign, flip it. Okay, now this is the crucial moment in which you condensing, you compound or put together this partial answer and this partial answer using and you need to interpret okay, and is intersection. It's a typical problem of the intermediate algebra. Okay, you ending in the compound inequality always doing the sketch by hand. Infinity positive, infinity negative, and it's a 0, and negative 5, I suppose here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, negative 5, okay, and now this piece of inequality is greater than, greater than, this is greater than, this is greater than is to the right, include negative 5, and thus I do it that way because this is not the final answer, this is a partial answer. So I do not highlight directly on the line because I know that this is my piece, one piece of my solution. The second piece, using green color, is from 6 is here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. But to the left, So in green color to the left. And of course, do not include 6. Okay, because I can see what is the intersection between the blue and the green. It's easy. It's from 5. Now I highlight directly in yellow color to 6. Of course, do not include 6 and include 5. But the final answer is bracket 5, comma 6. Parentheses. This is the domain. Any question? Any question? Super. No question. Okay. Very good. Okay, let's do one more, and that's it. Thank you. No, Ruth. Okay. Let's move on to the question C, que is a little bit more complicated because I suppose we have three restrictions, no? And the question C, we have the function h of x is equal a over square root x plus 3 plus square root x minus 4 divided by square root x plus 8. Okay. You have restriction? Yes, we have 1, 2, and 3 restriction. And you set up a radical in the bottom, positive, and radical in the top, non-negative. And again, radical in the bottom. Okay, and this is my compound inequality, in this case formed by 3 inequality. Okay, let's open one by one. One by one, and finally intersection graphically. This is x greater than minus 3 is my first partial answer. My second is x greater than or equal 4, partial answer. And my last one is x greater than minus 8, partial answer. Okay, now to see more clear, I strong recommend, do graphically. Infinity, negative infinity. 0 in the middle, negative 3 here. 1, 2, 3, negative 3. Positive 4, 1, 2, 3, positive 4. And negative 8 is negative 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, okay, okay. Ready. Negative 3. Let me use in 3 color. Let me use in this color. X greater than, like that. No include this. No. Green color for this. It's greater than or equal 4. And bracket here. Wait. Let me change the color, no? Green color. Green color. Bracket. And that direction. Include 4, bracket here. Okay, now in yellow. Negative 8 is not included. Is to the right. Everything is to the right. And make it sense to get to the right, greater than, because it's a radical. Okay, now what is the intersection? What do you think about intersection? Let me using another color. Intersection. Remember, I need to connecting now the yellow interval, the blue interval, and the green interval using and is an intersection. An intersection is the common part, the part of the interval in which you have common element, overlap, share this interval. What do you think about this? Is the yellow, is the blue, is the green, or is in between blue and green, or is in between yellow and green? What do you think? Common. What is the common part? Hey, answer me. No idea? No? Come on, the smart guy. Michelle, Bridget, Marta, Grace, Delilah, Ruby, Wendy, Lisa. Are you tired? You don't understand anything? Well, I can see that the green part is totally inside the blue and totally inside the yellow. The big one is the yellow, no? Now the blue is subset is totally inside the yellow, and the green is totally inside both. Therefore, the intersection is the green part, and the green part is an interval notation is bracket 4, infinity. But actually, when you put this and this, this and this and this together, it's only that part. Make it sense or always confusing? Make sense or it's confusing? Come on, guy, answer me. Professor, I'm totally lost. It's confusing. Okay. I want to explain now again. Confusing. Okay. Don't worry. Be happy. Okay. One elementary example in the real life. Florida State and Miami City. What is the common part between Florida State and Miami City? What is the common part? Common part. Florida and Miami. What is the common part? What is the part is common? I am living in Miami, but I live in Florida. I am living at the intersection, the common part, because this is typical. No. Okay. You have one set A, and we have another set case inside, totally inside B. Not always happen, but in this case happen. A intersection B is equal B, because intersection que han mean I need to discover the common element que share. For example, I pick one city saying here. Suppose in Miami. Suppose que B is Miami. I live in Miami and I live in Florida. But another guy here living in Florida, but not in Miami. Maybe in Naples, another city. So the intersection is the common. It's so obvious. Come back again to the original problem. Everyone inside the green interval belong to the blue and belong to the yellow. Now, however, one guy here belong to the blue, but do not belong to the green. Entonces, no common element. More clear now? Yes. Okay. Entonces, stay with me. Okay, the other example is similar. The other will be Miami. Okay, another example are similar. Wait a second. Okay, yes. Stop sharing. Okay. Do you see my face now? Do you see my face? Okay, good. Now I want to send the test number 2 on paper. This test is due February 24, que es this Wednesday at midnight. Therefore, I start grading this third day in the morning. When I finish the class, when I have class. Okay. To see you, I send now. And you let me know if you got it or no. So you get the test, you can leave and say goodbye.